Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Cerebellum Podcast. So today we're going to be talking about what supplements I suggest you take, or really just people in general take for losing fat and building muscle and improving your overall health. Now, I want to put a disclaimer in there that I am not a licensed healthcare provider. I'm not a doctor. I am simply a certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, who's getting his master's in kinesiology from the University of Virginia, that is sharing what he would do if he was in your situation, and your situation being wanting to lose fat, building muscle, and improving your overall health. So before you make any sort of lifestyle change, whether that's diet, nutrition, exercise, always consult your doctor first. So today we're going to be talking about three supplements that you can utilize in order to help you lose fat and build muscle going into the rest of this year. So before I go into what those are, I want to preface this whole thing by saying I'm not a huge supplement guy. I don't really like using supplements. I would say probably 98% of them are complete BS. Maybe even more than that are complete BS. The stuff that you see at Walmart and GNC and all these different places, most of it is complete garbage, and you don't even know the dosage in there. So before you go and buy any supplement, make sure that every single supplement that you do take is what we call NSF certified. So I've talked about this on multiple podcasts and multiple videos. NSF certified means it is made for athletes who need to get drug tested on a regular basis. So how do I know this? I know this because I worked for the UVA football team, and they used products and supplements that were all NSF certified, because if not, then you don't know the dosage, you don't know what's in the actual supplement or in the container. You really just do not know, because they don't get tested as well as they should. And it's not really the fault of the testers, because if you think about how many, say muscle milks that go out on a regular basis, and how many, just protein powders in general are out there in the world. I mean, it's millions and millions. So to be able to go in and have to test every single one of those, would take a very, very long time. So NSF certified ensures that it is, as close as it can get to what it says on the dosage. So if it says, there's 10 milligrams in this container, there's most likely 10 milligrams in this container. And there's not stuff like rat poop and hair and stuff like that, which is very commonly found in some of the protein powders and other supplements that aren't NSF certified. Very, very common. Anyways, so I want to preface that by saying get NSF certified products. I am not sponsored by them. I wish I was. That would be pretty cool. But before you get any sort of supplement or anything like that, always make sure that it is NSF certified. So today, 3 supplements that you can use to help you lose fat, build muscle, and improve your overall health this year. So number 1 is, we already mentioned this, but it's protein powder. Say, Josh, that's not a supplement. Really? It's not a supplement. Protein powder isn't a supplement. What does it mean to be a supplement? A supplement is simply something that is supplemental to your nutrition. So whatever you're eating already, it's supplemental to that, in hopes to aid whatever nutrient deficiency that you have, or in this case, macronutrient deficiency that you might have or want to improve. So why do I say protein powder? So I say protein powder because for many of us, it is very, very hard to get 150 grams of protein on a daily basis, just by eating things like red meat, chicken, dairy, and that sort of thing. So if you sometimes struggle with that, which is completely normal, then go ahead and get a protein powder. Now, what I would say is, when looking for a protein powder, is get one that is grass-fed. So obviously it's whey protein. So get whey protein and that protein, which obviously comes from the cow, that cow has been grass-fed. So if you just type in grass-fed protein powder, you're going to want to look into the ingredients list and see that there's nothing that you don't understand basically on that ingredients list. I know Lineage, which is by Paul Saladino, he has a great protein powder that is just essentially whey protein in there and some cocoa to make it taste like chocolate, which is always nice. But that's the sort of stuff that you want. You don't want if you really have to, get a muscle milk, get something that's NSF certified as well. But you ideally want something that is grass-fed, that doesn't have a lot of BS in there, that pretty much everything on the ingredients list you understand, and obviously is going to give you that protein that you need. Because one of the most important things, if you want to lean down, is obviously you're going to be in a caloric deficit, meaning eating less than you're actually burning. So if you want to go ahead and actually lean down, you need to make sure that you're getting enough protein in on a daily basis. And so for you, that's 80% of whatever your body weight is. So if you're 100 or let's do this easier. If you're 200 pounds, it's 160 grams of protein per day. If you're 100 pounds, it's 80 grams of protein per day. So you can find out where you are in that by your body weight. But that's how much you need on a daily basis. So that's why I would recommend using a protein powder that I said, like I said, is grass-fed whey protein that doesn't have a bunch of BS in the ingredients list. The closer you can get to being natural and eating whole foods is always going to be a good thing. So that is number one, is finding a good protein powder that will help you to get that extra protein in the day. Number two, this one is creatine monohydrate. So creatine monohydrate, why do I recommend this, and what is creatine monohydrate? So creatine monohydrate is, first of all, you have creatine in your body already. Your body naturally produces what we call phosphocreatine. So what creatine allows you to do is it allows you to hold more water in your muscle cells. So if you're able to hold more water in your muscle cells, what that means is all the nutrients that are in your blood from you eating things like carbohydrates, protein, whatever it is, fats, that can get stored in your muscle cells because it's going to come with the water, meaning that you'll have more energy. You'll also gain a little bit of water weight, which is completely normal and completely fine. But that means you'll have more energy to produce more in the gym or produce more, say, running or whatever it is, so that you can, further enhance your gains, if you will. So when I say get creatine, again, it's creatine monohydrate. This is the only one out there that is creatine. All the other ones are for marketing schemes. I think there's creatine DI something. Don't get that. Get creatine monohydrate, because that is the only one that is simply creatine. Everything else is just a little marketing scheme to make it, to profit their own businesses. So get creatine monohydrate, because what it'll do is it'll allow you to store extra water in your muscle cells so that you can have more energy during your workouts, and you can have more energy to produce more in the gym so that you can get stronger more quickly, which is always a bonus, especially if you're trying to lose fat and build muscle. So, and then with that, of course, get NSF certified products. There's one that I use personally, which is Thorne, THORNE, Thorne creatine. If you get that, that's NSF certified. That's all good to go, and it's just creatine monohydrate. And so the way that I found is best to do creatine, some people like to sort of do a little bit more of a extreme approach where they take, I think it's like 15 grams per day, and sort of cycle that for a few weeks. But what I found is just best for myself and best for the people that I've coached this on is just taking 5 grams, which is a scoop in the Thorne, in the Thorne creatine, is just get 5 grams per day with some water, drink that down, and then you're good to go. And you're just going to want to do that on a daily basis. Now, like I said, this is going to cause a little bit of weight gain. So if you see your weight go up in the first week or two, that is completely normal. It's probably not going to go up any more than, I'd say, maximum 3 pounds, especially if you're only doing 3 grams. It's probably going to be less than that. But all of that is just water to give you more energy, to help you store more protein, and all of those good things. So creatine monohydrate is number 2. Now, number 3, this one is different from the other 2, in that number 3 is you should get your blood tested to see what nutrient deficiencies that you have. So why is this important? So if you care about not only how you look, but most importantly how you feel and how your body's actually doing, well, you're going to want to see how your body's actually doing. And the only way to really do that is through blood testing. So to see, hey, okay, what nutrients am I deficient in? What is my testosterone level at? What is my APOB? What are those levels at? And all these different things, which sometimes might seem a little bit complicated and trivial, but if you really care about your health and you really care about feeling better and living longer and having more quality in your life, then getting your blood tested to see what nutrient deficiencies you have are really important. Like, for example, I got my blood tested with Function Health in November, and I'm recording this in February. I got it done in November, and I realized that pretty much the only thing that was sort of off the mark was my vitamin D levels. So I knew, okay, well, now I need to go find just a vitamin D supplement, which is NSF certified, and start taking that. And I was good. Now I'd assume my levels are all good to go, and I know exactly what my body needs, and most importantly, what it doesn't need. Because the last thing you want to do is spend money on stuff that you don't need, right? Get like a fish oil or magnesium or other supplements like that, and just sort of spend money on it when you don't really need it. So the third thing is getting a blood test done, an extensive blood test, and this is something that we do with all of our clients, is getting blood tests done to see not only what nutrients you're deficient in, but also things like I mentioned before, like what is your testosterone level based off of your age? Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? We look at things like estrogen, we look at things like APOB, we look at a full lipid panel, where we go into things like cholesterol, LDL, HDL, VLDL, like so many metrics that you're like, whoa, I don't even know what most of these are, but they explain it all for you as well, which is really, really nice. And then basically whatever you are deficient in, we make sure that that's included in your program so that you can get up to the level that you need to be at. So it's hyper personalized. So that's what I would recommend for you, is get a blood test done. The ones that we use is called Function Health. Again, I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get any money by saying that. That is just the one that I found has been the best. They give you, I think it's like 104 biomarkers for $499 a year, where you can get 2 tests done. So it's pretty good. So I would definitely recommend going and doing a blood test of that sort to see what you are deficient in, and then supplementing whatever you need with an NSF certified product in the US that will help you there. So those are the 3 supplements that I would suggest if you are going to use supplements to help you lose fat, build muscle, and improve your overall health. Number 1 is protein powder. Number 2 is creatine monohydrate. And number 3 is get a premium blood test done so that you can see exactly what you need in terms of nutrients so that you can supplement with that. And that today, guys, is our podcast. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are enjoying these. Again, if you have any suggestions of what you would like to hear me talk about, different topics and that sort of thing, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Again, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are having a great start to 2025. I'm currently, I'm currently leaning down, so the goal is to get to about 153. which is about 8% body fat, by May 17th, which is my graduation date. So a little fun thing there. And currently I've gone from 176.4 to this week should be about 169.5 or 6 or something like that. So about 7 pounds down since end of December. So happy with that progress. So like I said, I hope you guys are doing really well. You guys are on track with your goals. And if you need anything, I'm always here. All right. Hope you have a great day.